Hello, everybody. Okay, can you see me okay in that video? So I am going to talk about Isis and what all happened today. I did run upstairs real quick and I put all of the write-up into this video. I'll make a better write-up later. Right now, today, I'm just kind of, rushing around. We're trying to do things and a lot of cleanup to do and everything. And of course, processing. So today, Isis was meant to go to the veterinarian in Iowa. We were going to drive her 8 hours there. We decided to put her into the rain chamber this morning as a last effort to stimulate her to go into labor, because when they get into the rain, it stimulates them to poop. So we just, put two and two together. It's going to have the same effect on giving birth. So, hi, sweet thing. So she started giving birth today. I hate that I'm so jumpy. No reason to be with her. So today she started giving birth, and of course the excitement was overwhelming. Babies started coming out and it was so exciting. And the first baby was born alive. The first baby actually grabbed a vine with his tail and seemed to have a little bit of strength and then just lost it. And about maybe 15 to 20 minutes after he was born, he died. And then we had 3 stillborn babies. So those first 4 babies were all full size, healthy feeling bodies. And, but we're not alive. And then the 5th baby is alive right now, still moving around, looking good. Larry had some remote help to do a little tiny slight surgery on the baby, as far as the baby's body is full grown, but on these babies somehow the yolk sac, please correct me if I say anything wrong, and if you wouldn't mind getting your phone as well, so if there's a comment maybe, because I can't actually read comments from here. So the 5th baby was born alive and is still alive. It did have its sac on the outside, which was supposed to be on the inside. So Larry is a dentist. He's been doing microsurgeries for 3 decades, and he's capable of doing such a thing, thankfully, because of course I feel like I would be able to do something if it came down to it, but he was here with his good stable hands and his knowledge of anatomy, whether I know a snake is different, but all the same, it's still flesh and things. So he was able to get the sac completely back inside the little baby, which my brother has named Poseidon because the baby was born in the water. The Isis was in the rain chamber for 10 hours today, and the baby was born in the water. So I'm assuming that's why my brother keeps calling him Poseidon. And Larry has decided to name him number 5. So right now the baby is just called the sweetest little precious little thing in the world, and we're going to keep our full hopes up for the baby. So Larry got the sac back inside and was able to tie the umbilical cord off with dental floss, and which is what he was advised to do, and it was wax-free dental floss, if that matters, but it probably does hold better. And then that baby, which I am going to show you guys here before we're done. Okay, so that was number 5. And then we had babies 6 and 7 were born like all twined up together. All the babies had fresh, healthy, flesh-filling bodies, but those 2 babies, number 6 and 7, were hard and dark and like had clearly been gone long before the others. So those two babies were all intertwined together, and one of them was only half, like not like undeveloped, but like literally half of a snake, right, sweetie?
It's still in the sack.
Yeah, it was like still in the sack, but the front part of its body with the head was more developed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I do have pictures, and I've been sending pictures to anybody who asks me. You can see a picture. I'm just not going to post it or anything like that. And please remember, I'm getting a lot of messages, a lot of sweet, precious messages. I have a lot of messages of people telling me all the things I did wrong. That's not really fun at this time. We can talk about all of those things later. Right now, I just want to celebrate the fact that Isis didn't have to go to surgery and that she is happy and healthy and doing great. And we're going to offer her some food tonight. No expectations of her eating, but she might. So, babies 6 and 7 were born like that, stiff, dark, and hard already. What is that called when it sets in? Rigor mortis. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then 6 and 7, and then we had babies 8 and 9, which were full size, healthy looking bodies and soft, like fresh. So there were 9, or well, 8.5. If this would have happened to us a few months ago or even a month ago, it would have been much more devastating on the side that we did not get the babies that we were so excited about. But at this point, we were ready to leave to take Isis to have a major surgery in another state, and we were leaving to do that today. And then so when it looked like she was getting a lot of movement, we decided to wait and leave tomorrow because the surgery isn't actually until Tuesday night. So we were going to give her another night at home. Well, it turned out she started having those babies. We did talk to our mentor, and he said that this is a very unusual situation that he's never heard of in a couple ways. First of all, the babies looked fully developed and grown, but their sacs looked underdeveloped. Is that correct, love?
Yeah, the yolk sac being on the outside, that was a sign of premature.
The yolk sac being on the outside of the babies was a sign of premature birth, yet they were at 193 days of a pregnancy that should have lasted between 130 to 180 days. So at 193 days, we had some fully developed babies, but the yolk sacs were underdeveloped, premature. So that was really a confusing situation that our mentor had never seen. So if any of you have ever seen that, let me know. Some of the other things were, there was another very unusual thing. Oh, also he said that he's heard of situations where a baby was born viable after 108 or at 183 days is the longest actually on record. And when I say he, I'm talking about our mentor, who is somebody that anybody would respect. And I just not saying his name because it's, I didn't ask him if I could announce his name through all of this. Because I do a lot of things that are unconventional. So, anyway, so the advice goes on that, can you help me remember what I was saying, love?
183 days.
Okay, 183 days was the record for the longest viable, the longest gestation period providing a viable birth. Well, we were at 193 days, and we do have a live animal right now. We did have 2 born alive, 1 survived and is still alive at this time. Anything else? Does anybody have any questions? I know after I finish these, I think of all of the things I wish I would have said. And like I wrote in my post, obviously there is this sadness for our loss of these precious babies, but we are celebrating that Isis is still here and strong and healthy. And I have a feeling that she is going to do a great job. So she's already acting normal, doing her normal stuff. and hopefully she eats. We'll just keep a real close eye on her. Tomorrow, when she's more relaxed, I will feel her belly real good. She's very responsive to me touching her and feeling her belly. So tomorrow I'll feel real good, real good, and see if I feel any bumps or anything left in there. We are not going to take Isis to the vet. We think that she released everything. There was so much in there, and I know there could always be something left. So we are going to keep checking her day after day to make sure that we don't feel anything. And if she starts acting any certain way or we feel something that could be odd, then we will of course take her to the vet. But at this time, we're just really thankful that we didn't make that trip to Iowa. She was going to be cut open and have a full surgery, so she does not have to have that now.
She's her old self now.
Were there any more questions? She does actually have food in there right now, and she's been looking at it a lot, but she's not eating it. So we are going to offer her, once I finish this video, I'm going to start her nighttime video and then let her roam around for a little while like she's been doing, and then we're going to offer her good old-fashioned frozen, defrosted, heated up small rat, which normally she eats a larger medium-sized rat. So she's just going to be offered a small hot rat. Me, I see, I just saw that pop up because it was you all capitalized. I am doing fantastic, honestly. Of course I'm sad. Of course it's really hard because I love this little baby. I loved each of the little stillborn babies. We looked at them, we took pictures of them. They're precious and beautiful, and I love each one of them so much. But like I said, at this point, I'm so thankful that Isis didn't have to have surgery, and I'm so thankful that she's strong and healthy, and she's all that matters right now. I have zero plans to ever breed another snake, period. So at this time, that's how I feel. That was enough. It was really, it was such a roller coaster, and you guys being on this roller coaster with me made it so much more bearable. And even when this humbling, super sad event occurred today, I felt so loved and supported. You know, you have such a crash, such a knock that hurts so bad, but then you have your community. Oh God, I'm not gonna cry here. You guys were my community and my nice soft place to land, and I loved having you with me today. I didn't have to sit by myself and bear that sadness. I didn't have to celebrate Isis's health by myself. I had all of you guys here with me. Isis is 7 years old. This is her first litter, and I don't know what else to say. Are there any questions or? Thank you. I'm really glad I'm doing good too. You guys saw me when the babies first started coming out. I was so excited. The video with the birth is private right now because YouTube automatically makes things private after you finish a live feed. So I have to go up there and manually put it back on public. And when I do, I'll go through and make a couple quick timestamps. Not a lot of them because it takes a lot of time. But I have the timestamp for when she started delivering the babies, and then I'll make another timestamp for a reading that I did that Larry had a texting conversation with our mentor while the babies were being born, and there were just some interesting things said in there. I've mostly said it, but you guys would probably be interested to hear that, so I'll timestamp that as well. So I know there are going to be so many things I wish that I would have said. And you guys can see the dates of things that have happened. One of the things that a lot of people keep saying to me is about holding a gravid snake. We did not touch Isis from February until 5 days ago when we realized that she needed some intervention, and I started rubbing her stomach, which she was extremely responsive to and clearly grateful for, and you can see in many of her videos. So she was not handled. She was never an ambassador. We have 6 ambassadors in here. Isis has never been one of them. She is her very own personality, and she is not ambassador material. She's perfectly fine with the people that she knows and loves, but she does not like doing those social events, and she's never had to. And we have not handled her while she's been pregnant. She went into the brain chamber 3 times since February. We've offered her all kinds of food. She hasn't eaten any of it, which is completely normal for one of these animals when they're pregnant.
What do you think the chances of the baby surviving?
Man,
I would have said 0 this morning, but maybe 50-50 now.
So you guys heard Larry. He said that this morning when things first happened, that he would have guessed a 0% chance of that baby surviving. But now he's thinking maybe a 50-50 chance. So we will see. We have the baby all set up. We had a whole nursery plan for all of our fat, healthy, juicy, squiggly babies. And we're very thrilled to just have our one little baby. And we're going to do the best we can for that baby. And right now, we just fixed up a little single nursery just for him or her, and that's where they'll stay until it's time. When this live feed is over and you guys don't have any more questions, I am going to start a new feed. I'm just going to post this video onto Facebook. That's why I wish you guys would ask me questions, because all the questions are going to come, after it's already posted. And I was trying to keep it kind of a shorter video. So if you can think of any question that maybe you don't have, but other people might ask me, please just throw them out there. And I can get as many questions answered as possible. And while I'm waiting for you guys to ask me a half a dozen excellent questions, no pressure, I'm just kidding. I am going to...
Let's look at Isis, look at her strength.
She really is strong. And she's been super strong through all of this. She's a very strong animal. She's been extremely well hydrated and active, except when she shed her skin. So, and that's another thing too about Isis shedding her skin. That was an unusual event. Yes, you guys, I really appreciate you guys empathizing and sympathizing with me and our situation and being here. But please don't let any sadness set in. And we are just literally, I'm not just saying it, we are celebrating that Isis is so strong and healthy, and that we have a chance at a baby. If one of these babies actually survives, he or she is going to go down in history at being born at 193 days and surviving, especially in his condition with his sac on the outside and having to put it back in. So we're going to keep our hopes up, because that's what we do here at HappyBasins. We keep our hopes up until we have to look at the next thing to keep our hopes up about.
When is the baby's first meal?
Well, what people typically do is they wait for the baby to shed its skin. And then after it sheds its skin, then they get fed. I have a friend who raises very good, clean, healthy rats and mice for his birds of prey. So I may just put a little tiny thing in there and just see if the baby might want to eat it, and just have it available in there. So yes.
How do you determine when she conceived to start the timeline?
When she can see?
How do you determine when she conceived to
Oh,
start the timeline?
very good question. These animals have what's called, they go through ovulation. So they mate and then they go through ovulation. And when they're ovulating, they get a big fat ball inside of them, like one of those little mini Nerf footballs. It's just a big, huge swelling. And that swelling usually only lasts for a day, maybe 2 days. Isis's ovulation swelling lasted almost a month. It was really long. We were 100% sure she was pregnant at that time because her ovulation was so big and lasted so long. Well, after that ovulation, they shed their skin, and that's called a post-ovulation shed. And in the snake world, you always hear the POS, the post-ovulation shed was this date or that date. And Isis's date was March 5th. Very good question.
Potential name.
The potential name of the baby, my brother has been calling the baby Poseidon.
I agree with that.
Yeah, Larry likes that too.
I agree with that.
Because Isis was in that rain chamber all those hours and the baby was born in the water, and it goes along with my theme of Zaltis, Isis, Ningishita, Jormungandr, Asmoa are all different deities from ancient civilizations, usually having some connection to snakes. But in this case, Poseidon is water. So I think that's very fitting. And so my brother has named the baby Poseidon. Larry seconds that, and I third it. So I think you guys will all agree, since you watched that baby be born in the pouring down rain for hours, that Poseidon is a very fitting name. Thank you, brother.
If the baby survives, are you going to keep him?
Oh, yeah. Yes. We had planned to keep all the babies for at least 1 year. Any babies that we got, we had planned to keep them for 1 whole year before even deciding if we were going to part with them. So we had no plans for those babies to leave this jungle room anytime soon anyway. We had planned to reevaluate our decision in a year. We would have no idea. Oh, you're saying if it's a girl, just
add an A at the end. Poseidon.
Poseidona. And we actually, like our little Bella, we adopted as a female, turned out to be Bella the fella. And our Asmoa, who was adopted as a female, is now Azzy. So we do know how to change those names when it's required. The baby will begin the color change at 7 to 9 months old. That's when they start changing from red to green. Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Yes. Actually, maybe this baby should have 2 names. Maybe 2 names would make the baby stronger, and it would be Poseidon Aphrodite because I definitely love the idea of having love in the name. That's for sure. Beautiful. All right, you guys, if there aren't any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I really wanted to keep this video a little bit short so that I could just post it on Facebook and people can watch it without a huge investment.
12 inches.
12 inches? 12 inches. And don't forget, you guys can send me a message on Messenger. And even this goes for everybody throughout who watches this video anytime. Ever. You can message me on Messenger or Instagram or my phone number. My phone number is public and it's right on Facebook. So message me if you want the picture of all that came out of her today. We have a picture of all of that. So Larry laid it all out real nice, and let me know and I'll send that to you, but I'm not going to post it or anything. Shout out to your hubby for being able to work on that baby. That's right. Good job, my love. You guys, he's so behind the scenes. I'm in front of the camera because it doesn't bother me. He doesn't like being in front of the camera, but he has done all of this. Everything that is this whole entire jungle room, all of the technology, everything's smart in here. It runs automatically. Fans, heating systems, lighting systems, sprinkler systems, full-blown rain systems, all hooked to vivarium tech stuff, all kinds of stuff. So he's just done a fabulous job with everything. He always takes my little ideas that seem so silly and turns them into something magnificent. I think Aphrodite was born from sea foam, so that would be fitting too. Yes. Aphrodite, I really like that. I think we could go with 2 names. Poseidon Aphrodite. So a water love baby. Larry, you are an absolute blessing. And yes, you are. You guys have been a blessing. I have had so many people say, thank you for sharing this journey with us. Thank you for everything that we learned. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank you guys. I would have gone through all of this by myself, begging Larry to stare at my phone nonstop for every little breath Isis took. And so we actually found a beautiful community that wanted to stare at the phone as much as I did, which is unbelievable. And we did this together, you guys. And even Nan, Larry's mom, she got home from church today and she got a message from Larry that things were happening. And she said she put everything down and she went into the 2-hour time warp and just sat for 2 hours and watched every single second of it. She said she had a front row seat, which we all did. So absolutely magnificent. Okay, you guys, I'm going to sign off this video, hoping to keep it short. And I am going to turn on the night live feed. We are going to let Isis get a little bit settled. I'm going to try to feed her. Please don't shy away from watching her eat, because most of us eat dead chickens, pigs, cows, lamb, and all kinds of different things. Isis's food is frozen, defrosted, and heated up. So, and it's raised for food, just like the cows and stuff that we eat. So it's no different than us. And her food gets heated up, and we'll see if she wants to eat anything. Now, the special treat is that I am going to put the night vision camera on the baby. So you guys are actually going to get to watch the baby moving around at night. And he has been moving a lot since we got him. I was actually going to show the baby. Do you think that's something I could do right now? Can you take the light over there for a second? Okay, I'm going to show you guys the baby real quick. He got out? So
yeah.
it looks like we're going to have to put the lid on his little thing. I know this is not ideal and okay. All right, so he has this little tub right here that he's going to live in, and I'm clearly going to have to put a lid on it because he's already slithered out of it. And there he is. There's our little Poseidon Aphrodite. He seems to be doing good. He's been spending a lot of energy. Moving around a lot. So I haven't touched him since I took him out of the rain chamber. Larry's the only one who's going to work with the baby. Larry has very gentle doctor hands. His patients say that he is the most gentle dentist in the whole entire world. So Larry's fine and capable hands will be the only hands touching this baby. I know, you guys, right? And I mean, he was in his little container and he already slithered out. So we're going to have to put a lid on his little container, which we didn't think we were going to have to do. So he looks pretty good, doesn't he? Thank you, DW, our stunning little thing. And then if you want to see the baby daddy, you guys want to see the baby daddy? He just happens to be right here. Hey, Cash. Hey, Cassius Clay. I can't, I can't zoom out anymore than that. I'll just set it right here. How about that? I'll give you guys a quick little look at Cash's clay. So if anybody's watching this video, it's longer than I wanted it to be, but all of the important stuff's already been said, and now we're just kind of playing around. So, well, what am I saying? Seeing that baby was extremely important, wasn't it? Yes, Cash's clay is extremely handsome. Look at that stripe. And he has really changed his personality a lot. He used to be super docile. He's still super docile with people, but he has chosen a couple of different males to get aggressive with. And that is a new development that just started very recently. He's been aggressive with both Azzy and Zoltus. So that is a very new experience. So he's in hunting mode right now. And when they're in hunting mode, it's real easy. You guys know about like a lizard brain, the fight or flight. When they're in hunting mode is what I think the very best time to touch the animals, because that's when they're curious and they want to know what's going on and who you are, and they're already awake. Oh, thank you, love. So Cash, all you have to do is just wake them out of the hunting mode, and you have a perfectly handleable animal. Aren't you? Aren't you perfectly handleable? Yes, you are. You're too handleable, aren't you? So that's our little Cassius Clay. He's always been a super sweetie. And he is Poseidon Aphrodite's father. Poseidon Aphrodite, you're so cute. What about his little tail? Doesn't he need something to curl around?
He's going to when I get everything back in.
Okay. All right, you guys. I think that's going to be it. Here, put me in front of this. So thank you all so much for coming with us on this fabulous journey. And it's not over, because now we have a baby that we all want to keep up with. And I'll have to find some different way to do the live feed. This got completely crazy out of control. Something that I thought we were going to have going for a couple days for just a little couple handful of people who wanted ISIS updates all the time. And it was stressing me out to every day on Facebook, oh, no babies yet, no babies yet. So I started the live feed for just a few handful of people who were asking about ISIS all the time. And now I have not just new friends, but some of you have become my family. Literally, I feel like you're my family. Tara, Saran, Lady Z, Erica, thank you all. What?
Sharon.
Oh yeah, well Sharon. Some of you have been following ISIS for years. So the names I just mentioned are brand new people. Now Sharon Elam, Betty Helm, Nan, those are part of the handful of people who inspired me to start doing this so that they could go look at ISIS anytime they wanted to. And all of you guys have turned out to be a fabulous bonus. All right, so my biggest problem with these videos is I never know when to just stop talking. So I'm going to just go turn the camera off, and I'm going to get the live feed video going. I'm going to put it on ISIS. We're going to turn her lights off, let her get into hunting mode, and then we're going to offer her food. If she doesn't eat the food, I can give it to somebody else. It's been plenty of time since they've eaten, and it's just a little small rat. So if she doesn't want it, I'll give it to somebody. Okay, you guys, thank you. I'll see you guys soon. Keep being amazing. You are each amazing. We are amazing. Okay, one last thing. I'm a mathematics instructor, and the number one most important equation I've ever taught in my life, or I've ever learned in my life, is okay, you guys have to answer, okay? I don't have any way to know if you answered. U rock plus I rock equals, U rock plus I rock equals, so I'll have to look and see if you guys answered it. I don't have my phone. So the answer is we rock. Together, collaboration. All right, you guys. Good night. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, good. Yes, we rock. That's exactly right. That's what we call teaching across the curriculum. Look, you guys, I'm going to make a live video very soon. I might be addicted to these live videos now, so you guys are going to get all kinds of stuff. But I'm going to make one talking all about this art, and I'll even have the artists over here to talk about it too. And each of my animals. We're going to do so much live stuff. Thank you guys for all of your love and encouragement. Night feed will start any moment.